This is one of my picks. Meatball Machine, 2005. Summary.
Jason's shaking his head.
He asked me why I didn't apologize for this one.
You didn't apologize for this movie. So, again, going into your second pick, I'm like, Jesus. If he didn't apologize for this movie.
we're referencing Blood Harvest.
Blood Harvest ended up being good.
Does not surprise me that he didn't apologize for this.
Full throttle splatterific Japanese cyberpunk science fiction horror at its most aggressive. This mind blower about alien parasites that turn their human hosts into slave necroborgs will leave you dizzy and drained in a good way. Seems like they wrote that one themselves, doesn't it? A little bit. I would agree with it though. I'm on board with all that. Written and directed by many people, none of which have names
many people
that I dare even attempt to pronounce because this is
Yamaguchi. I think we got that one.
We got Yamaguchi's on it.
Yūdai, Yamaguchi, and Junya Kato.
Mata.
That's all I got.
Anyways,
It's directed by Yamaguchi as well. Written and directed by him.
This movie kicks right into the hyper-violent superhuman battle sequence.
Distributed by King.
Yeah, I forgot he has notes.
King Record and TLA releasing this does have a Blu-ray release. Just came out last year, 2017. Gravitas Ventures. I've never even heard of that company. So that tells you how bad this movie is. You don't even hear of the company that puts it out. Go ahead.
Okay. This is our first movie with subtitles. So, I believe so.
Oh.
I mean, they all had subtitles.
You didn't understand them?
No, did you? Taking some classes. But yeah, it just jumps right in, and it's the fights in this movie remind me of like the Guyver. Have you seen the Guyver? Have you guys seen the Guyver movies?
Yeah, with Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
I actually seen this movie. Someone made the comparison. They said the Tetsuo, the Man of Iron.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Mixed with Guyver.
Yeah.
And Gwar.
Yeah. And
I was like, yeah, that's a pretty accurate description.
I watched this one first, I think. So it's some of these notes I don't know what I was talking about. This dude comes in and interrupts a sultry masturbation scene to ask our main character for 10,000 yen. How much do you think that is in US dollars?
$2.
It's not a whole lot.
$89.55.
I was gonna say like $100.
This is really my kind of shit, though. I compared it to Guyver and Toxic Avenger, but much better choreographed and gorier. Things got real intense with that whole tentacle porn thing, right? Like that thing that happened where the lead female character gets impregnated with the alien.
Oh, you knew right where it was going. She's laying down with her legs spread.
Yeah.
You know right where it's heading.
That was really weird anyways because she shows the dude
right
before
Jared?
before that whole thing happens. Well, I can. That's a production note. Watch, I'll do it again. Close up. Shit.
You're breaking the wall.
Right where that was going.
But this girl's showing this dude, this is like their first get together. She's like being open.
Yeah, he just walked, or she helped him get home because he got beat up or something.
And she's showing him these scars, which look bad. They look bad. But then he's just like totally like, yeah, I'm sorry that those are unattractive. Kind of. That's the way he seemed. Like, I'm sorry you got those. Gross a little bit. But really cool. I did like the effects of the hands coming out of the girl's scar, like the little face and shit. I like how they use CG in this movie. I think that this is how you need to use it if you're going to use it a lot, because it's stylized. And the end was really stupid, where the parasites are talking, basically setting up the sequel.
Whole thing's stupid.
Yeah. So. Things you won't see in this are, there is a lot of parasites,
anything
but
good.
there's no parties or purple people eaters or there's no bait. I'm just trying to piss Jared off, really. 8 out of 10 from me, guys. Stay tuned for Kudoku Meatball Machine coming soon to this show.
I was gonna say, I think it's already out.
Yeah, we're gonna review it probably at some point. We got to finish it up. You know.
Jason,
let's see what he
looks
thinks.
excited.
Oh, it's over the top Japanese Power Ranger gore fest. They're what, parasitic aliens?
Yeah.
And their sole purpose is to come down and kill each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
Nailed
sport.
it.
It's like a sport to them.
Their sole purpose is to come down here, take over our bodies to kill each other.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like a sport
You nailed it.
It's a sport?
to them. That's the way they talk at the end. They're like, we finally got these bodies that are like,
Oh, was they calling it a game?
yeah,
Did they say game?
yeah. They the bodies
I
they
think
had.
said game.
They wanted more human element in it, so I forget. They replicated whatever.
Yeah, it might be good if you like the kind of stuff. I wanted this to end. This was on Tubi, right?
Yeah, no.
Hulu.
No? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I wanted this to end, and it seemed like it wasn't end.
There's probably ads
Uh,
for that pill you give your
No, I
dogs
don't
if
know
they're
if they're
sad or
not.
whatever.
anyway, I'm not going to watch it again. It was a waste of my time. That was kind of
Did it hurt your feelings?
a no. Actually, they were both your picks, so I was expecting it to be a really rough night. One ended up being decent, so it wasn't that bad of a night. But this movie,
they were both movies you picked, so I wasn't expecting to enjoy myself.
There's some decent gore. To me, that concept, that story's crap. It's not necessarily about the story. Like, I get that. Like, story really doesn't matter. The focus is these. What, I don't know. What they become? Machines? Like half machine? Like they make weapons out of human body parts.
Yeah, they're like shells.
Like turn them into guns and saws. And
yeah, I love it so much.
so it's almost like they turn it into a machine.
Have you seen the Guyver?
No.
Maybe
but
that's why I like
seen-
it so much, because it seemed like that.
I have seen the Iron Man though. Tetsuo or
I
whatever.
haven't seen that. They actually said this was kind of a ripoff of that movie. So,
I gave it a 3.
ooh, that's bleak. What'd you give it?
Low. We gave it low. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, but I enjoy stuff like this. It's like a live action crazy anime.
And this probably would have been a really cool thing if it was anime. Like the live production of it is it's not movie material.
Yeah. It's yeah, I mean, if you're into, I mean, it's a way over the top crazy stuff, then yeah, this is, I mean, the effects I thought were good. They looked good. But
the tentacles were just hoses. I mean, they're just hoses flopping around.
maybe good. Maybe good's the wrong word. They looked right.
Some stuff that looks good, like Frank said, the CGI. Like at one point, he has just blood spraying on his face. That's CG, but it looks good.
Yeah, maybe I worded it wrong. The effects look right for what they're doing. It's the edition. Whoever I saw reviewed it that said Guar.
It looks like Power Rangers.
Yeah, whoever
Guar.
said
Power Rangers.
Guar, like nailed it. I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely.
It's a Japanese anime with Guar kind
But
of
not as cool.
sensibilities. It's just over the top ridiculousness. And if you like it, it's
Right, Frank. Guar. Cool. Meatloaf sandwich.
Meat sandwich.
Meat sandwich.
Yeah, I like guar.
But yeah,
I
if
even
you-
like new guar. Anyways,
If you're into that, I absolutely recommend it. It's fun as shit. It's a romp, craziness. I imagine you're going in not worried about the story if you're into stuff like that. So there's not much to comment on story-wise. It's violent and weird and crazy.
I like movies.
Yeah.
I like movies. This ain't a movie. If you don't like movies, watch this.
Kevin Buckley actually. So this is a quote from Kevin Buckley, so you know it's the real shit. He said, this is what movies are. This is what movies should be. For something like that. It was something about like this is the best thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy oriented and not worried about.
I give you John Carpenter's The Thing. You give me Meatball Machine.
I promise you my picks for next time are
the sequel
better. No, that's not next. I'm not. I'm not going to
gotta
make
wait.
anybody do that back to back.
You gotta wait.
Good Lord.
But yeah, for what it is, I give it an 8. I mean, I think it's dead on for what it's supposed to be. I enjoy these kind of movies.
Rocked over here.
Like I said, I'm judging it for what it is.
There's an air
I
over
felt all
here.
the blood leave my head for a second.
His skeleton just left his body and went outside.
I said I'm judging it for what it is. Like if I were judging it on like story and character development and the kind of stuff you would a normal movie, no, it's just ridiculous. But who would watch this movie being
What'd
like,
you give The Changeling?
I gave it an 8.
There you go. There you go, folks. The verdict is in.
It's as good as The Changeling.
You get like a lot of different kinds of ice cream.
If you are into the Changeling style movies, I think that one's an 8.
That's what I'm saying. I like movies. I like
fan
stories.
of the cinema over here.
I like atmosphere. I like good acting, good music. Yes.
If you are
This stuff is painful to watch.
if you are into over the top ridiculousness,
If you're into that,
Top Camp, I give this an 8.
it probably still looks like a 3. I mean, I've watched some over the top stuff and
Is this-
that are way better than this movie.
Is this bologna cake then?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well.
I'm just saying I've watched some crazy
It's
stuff.
alien parasites
Well, I
turning
mean-
human body parts into machine
I mean, I
bodies
thought-
so
what
they can
was the- what
fight
was
for
the one that
sport.
I- what was-
Like Jason's absolutely right. The story is just ridiculously stupid.
I wanted to make sure because I said basket case was, and you guys disagreed with me. So I just want to make
The
sure.
first one?
Yeah. All of them are.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
But yeah, like I'm gauging it on what it is. I like stuff like this too. It's like Tokyo Gore
I'm just trying to put
Police
myself
and-
even in that category. I still don't think this would be a good movie.
Yeah, I think it's
Like there's you have to. I don't know. There's like the Holy Grail. There's the worst. So there's got to be way better movies that are over the top than this movie. That's what I'm saying.
But
this still has to be.
like you're going to you're going to find movies like this that have storylines and characters that you're going to say that
Don't even have to be storylines. These kinds of movies, there's not really.
yeah, there's not
a place for them.
it's how ridiculous you can make it.
I'm gonna find some.
That's fine.
He's on the.
I'll probably give them 8s too. It's fun. I have fun with stuff like this, so
Well-
I gave it an 8. I thought it was, for what it is, it's solid. If you are not into just nonstop ridiculousness, don't watch it.
The way this is the way I would look at it. If you've seen The Guyver and you like that, this is like that times 10.
I'm gonna have to watch The Guyver.
I wouldn't
Don't watch MacGyver.
if I were you.
Is it better? Is it better or worse than this?
It's not horror. It's sci-fi. Ridiculous sci-fi.
It's basically a guy finds an alien biosuit. It gets stuck in his forehead, and it turns him into this superhero that has blades. It's even more Power Rangery
I
than
won't
this
watch
one
it.
is.
I'm not watching it. What are we doing next?
Mark Hamill's in it though.
Yeah.